This is a physics problem dealing with one-dimensional kinematic motion, difficulty medium. This topic is concept and algebraic understanding. Okay, so imagine we have an object thrown upwards with constant velocity VO. Okay, starting position is 0. It's going to reach a maximum height. Okay, so now when this object reaches its maximum height, a second object is thrown upwards with the same initial velocity. Now, the question is, when they meet, will it be at half of the height, more than half of the height, or less than half of the height? Where in relation to half of the maximum height do these two balls reach? Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to solve for the height of the first object, right? So the height of the first object is going to be VOT plus half AT squared, right? Time is going to be VO over A, right? Since we know that it's going to reach maximum height. Okay, that means VF is equal to 0, blah, 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 right? So VF equal to VO plus AT. Solving for T gives us negative VO over A, right? Since A is negative, it cancels, right? So we have VO over A. So now we're going to have our height is equal to VO times time plus 1/2 A times time squared, right? Half A T squared. VO squared, A squared, right? Okay, simplifying gives us VO squared over A plus 1/2 VO squared over 2A, right? Since the A squared is going to cancel, that's going to cancel. We're left with this, right? So now plugging A equals negative in, right? So that means we're going to have minus, right? So now keep in mind, right? So A is negative and it's squared here, right? So that means we have, this is going to be positive, right? So this number is going to be positive. However, we still have this A, which is a negative, okay? And that's why this is going to be negative, all right? Now remember, solving for time, this time is going to be positive. Remember, we just went through that, okay? So plugging it in, we have this. So final position is equal to, right, 1 whole minus 1/2, right? You see the denominator? So is VO squared over 2A, right? It's going to be positive. So now we have our second object, right? Our second object comes into play. So that'll be subscript 2, right? So we have first object, maximum height right there, H11, okay? And we have our second object, which is H2, right? So H2 is going to be VOT plus 1/2 AT squared, right? Okay, so we don't know what T is in this equation. Okay, we can't just solve for it like we did the other one. What we need to do is we need to set these two objects equal to each other, right? Their heights, their position equal to each other, their Y position. So that means we're going to have a new one, right? Final position 2, right? That one was 1, this one is 2. So our initial position is VO squared over 2A. Okay, and then plus 1/2 AT squared. Okay, now again, we don't know what T is. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to set these two equal to each other. Okay, so that means we have VO squared over 2A, right, and minus 1/2 AT squared. You know what, we'll just do plus. It's going to cancel out anyways. VOT plus 1/2 AT squared, right? So we're going to minus half AT squared from both sides, right? And even if we take in A is negative, that would just be minus, and this one would be minus. We'd add half AT, so it still cancels, right? Okay, so now we have VO squared over 2A is equal to VOT. Solving for T gives us VO over 2A is equal to T. Okay, so plugging this into the equation for the height of object 2, and we have VO times time, which is VO over 2A, plus 1/2 A VO over 2A squared, right? Okay, so solving, we have H2 VO squared over 2A plus, and then here VO squared over 4A squared, right? And then obviously 1A is going to cancel, and then 4 times 2, right? So that becomes VO squared over 8A, right? A is negative, so we're going to have minus, right? So now this is half, right? So that's 4 over 8, right? And this one is 1 over 8. So 4 over 8 minus 1 over 8 is 3 over 8. Okay? So this is the height, right? Where they're both going to meet. Okay? So this is the height where they're going to meet, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to set it up into a ratio to find out what fraction of this is it, right? So this is our maximum height. So we're going to set that as our denominator. So we have VO squared over 2A. Okay? Then we're going to put this as our numerator. 3VO squared over 8A. Okay? Now we're just going to cancel. VO squared cancels. Our A cancels, right? 8 and 2, it's going to be 1 and 4. Right? And then we have this and that becomes 3 over 4. Okay, so this one at maximum height has a velocity of 0. This one has an initial velocity. So that means it's going to be moving slowly and gaining speed as it goes down, right? But it's going to gain speed slowly, right? Because pull of gravity is starting to work on it. Whereas this one has an initial velocity, right? And it's just been thrown up. So it's going to meet above half of the height. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a question in the comment section. If this helped you at all, of course, leave me a like. I appreciate it. Thank you.